Yet another virtual field dendrology trip with forestry students within number, I'll say the 41 or 42 number of students would be completed. This is probably the sixth field trip in a group of 7 per the video conferencing. Well, I am Dr. Sas.Biswas, teacher of dendrology in Dolphin PG Institute, Dehradun, India. So here we see we're passing through this bush, and you can find here the cobweb net, and that this cobweb net covers almost like a mosquito curtain, and this is all covered by this. Is a kind of a particular type of the spider that makes the netting, and even you can see on the bamboo twigs is all making this, and from there it will proliferate throughout the forest. And this is how where I find the plantation probably raised by the forest department with the support and cooperation of the communities living around this area, what is known as a place known as Hoscot in I'll say suburb of Bangalore in Karnataka. You can find here, it seems they are growing on the pulses just very close to the bamboo plantation. I'll now take you to this area. Before I reach, I found myself very close to the plantation of, you can just make out, of Terminalia arjuna, and that can be identified from its bark, and you can see the bark is exfoliating in peppery rolls. And then let me take out my knife and show, if I can show you how it looks from inside. Let me go to the another tree, and then you will find it here. So the peppery roll, green in color here. So when I scrape it, it is green inside, and as we do, is a bleach green. And when we go further down, and then what I do, I blow, and gradually it becomes darker, pale to deep brown in color. So what I do, since I feel thirsty here, having walked about 1 hour here, and take bark, it is bitter, but it's good. And I must tell you, Terminalia arjuna. Oh, there are fruits here. You just see here. Look how the fruits, the winged fruits, among the many plants I could find here. But there is a kind of a, I don't know whether it's a controlled burning or it's being done purposely for the tillers of grass to come up. And this, I find this must be about 5 to 6 years old plantation, by most likely by State Forest Department of Government of Karnataka. And this is a medicinally important plant, and I'd say from the medicinal point of view of the plantation and taking care of in situ conservation of Terminalia arjuna in the forest, I'll call it Alcatias. That means among those lesser known tree species from the point of view of more of the forestry, ecological, the socio-economical aspects to be entertained with this tree. Now from this I shall come down to the bamboo forest, and here you can see here This is all. Then here they are in a row planted, and I'll just see if I can make the identification of this particular bamboo. Let me come out from this to see the green. Oh yeah, there's one, and my doubt will be clear when I come closer to it. You can see these are all in clump. They're all in clump, and you can make out from the culm sheath that the culm sheath has got no auricle. And if I pick up one here, here, this is the one. Just see here. Tip is the blade, and here is the back. You can see the sheath, and I'm just showing you here. This is, you can see the line, and that is the ligule, but there is no auricle. So this is Dendrocalamus, and by the characteristic features of this culm sheath, I can safely call it this Dendrocalamus strictus, which is otherwise also found. But what is happening here, ecologically, people come here, do the picnicking, throw all the garbage here. Beside, there is a kind of a burning. Maybe those communities, they are doing for the purpose of promoting the growth of grass. Bamboo does not permit on the good foreground of grass. You can just see here how the whole area is burned, and there is a kind of a very iconic structure I'm taking to you, and this is the bench. Oh no, this is where they use the fire for doing the picnicking. At the same time, they can sit down here also. So here you just see here, on the other side you find the catchment area of Horsecourt Lake, known for birding. But today's trip I was more concentrating on this bamboo and particularly the Arjun tree, Terminalia arjuna. Let me come down to this plant where it is showing the thorns, which is white, and the white thorn is typical of babool or Acacia nilotica, and this is typical of the characteristic feature, or I'll call it dendrological feature of this particular species of wattle or acacia. And you'll find here, as I walk down, I can see more of the clumps, and look how this, the other side of this is done for floriculture. The roses are grown, and these roses are then sent for marketing at Bangalore. So you can have a look at the general landscape. So mostly now you can see how the whole landscape has changed from original forest to floriculture, horticulture, and you can just see other side there are coconut, and where the forestry also entering into it with the introduction of eucalyptus. Beside, you can see this bamboo and Terminalia arjuna, which is a medicinally important tree in the plantation to cater to the need of those who believe in Ayurvedic medicine, and then that is supplied as raw material to the different agencies. And I'll end with this today and just have a look, just have a look of the Scotter Lake, and I'll just after showing it, I'll just sit down on this bench to make a few breaths and look at this, the bark, and the bark is typical of the characteristic feature of eucalyptus, and this looks like eucalyptus triticale, and I can show you the leaves, so long, lanceolate, and this is here, and then you see here, so lanceolate leaf, attenuate base, and the apex is acuminate, and this makes the identification of this particular species of eucalyptus, that may be the eucalyptus triticale or eucalyptus hybrid. That's all for today.